Theos tells us that chaplaincy is often the place in which people connect with the message of Christ as good news, rather than through conventional church. So I've been looking across our diocese at some of the ways in which chaplaincy is expanding. Here is one particular story.
You need a chaplain because it's a listening ear. You don't know what's going on within, employees' own lives. Personally, myself, I had an issue with my child who was in hospital up in Bristol, and Ewan arranged for his counterparts up in Bristol to come and see me and make sure myself, my husband and my baby were okay, and that's incredibly important. That really is going the extra mile, I think, for staff.
Chaplaincy is a marvellous opportunity to show the love of God and to care for people in the workplace, or perhaps with your neighbours with different forms of chaplaincy, people of any faith or no faith. To me, particularly those with no faith, it's such a privilege to get alongside them and show that somebody loves and cares.
What chaplaincy means for here and my team and this store is really to have someone who engages and has a conversation and checks in every week to see how you're doing.
Chaplaincy to me is being in the Lord's marketplace, meeting people where they're at on their journey and going on it with them.
It's a real opportunity to actually reach sometimes the most vulnerable people in the community, and that's why it's so important for the community here, for the businesses here, and for the people of Taunton.
Chaplaincy means to me an opportunity to come alongside people, often over a cup of coffee in the town centre, to hear something of their story and to share the love of Jesus with them and to pray with them for any problems they might have. It's just such a privilege to be able to do that.
Responders mean to me a warm hug. They're on our station, they are engaging with our passengers, they can spot anything that's not quite right, and they can intervene and signpost whoever it is, whether it be staff or passengers, to go to the right place.
On the railways and a nearby high road bridge, we're there to come alongside people on their journey. People travel for all sorts of reasons, sometimes happy and celebrating, sometimes upset or distressed. In the latter case, if needs be, we can listen ourselves and pass them on to our friends at Samaritans or signpost them to mental health services. It is a privilege, and as Christians, of course, we would always be prayerful for people. If they'd like to engage with us at a deeper level, we'll talk to them about how they can have a personal relationship with God through Jesus, who offers peace and hope in all of life's situations.
I think with the increase of social media, I think with the increase of homelessness as a problem across the board in the UK, what we're finding is that a lot of young people are saying that they're quite lonely, even though they seem so connected, and chaplaincy is another ear for them to talk to where there's no judgment, and it's somebody that's not connected to their life path, which I think is so important.
It's getting alongside people wherever they are, because I believe everybody is a spiritual inner being, and my faith enables me to get alongside them in that area. That is chaplaincy to me.
To me, chaplaincy means building up relationships with people, and in a care home that's a wonderful possibility, because many of the residents are long stay, I've been coming regularly once a week for the last 2 years, and some I've known during the whole of that time.
He's a shoulder to cry on, basically, for anybody really. My residents love it. They can go off to a room and talk to him privately, or I could even talk to him privately if I wanted to, if I've got anything going on at home, or in my personal life that I don't want to say to anybody, but I feel that I can talk to Bob about it. And also he will offer prayers for us all as well.
So that's chaplaincy.